For the central and northern half of the Philippines, been seeing some decent rainfall over the past 24 hours. In fact, let's loop through the satellite picture here, just showing you over a 12-hour timeline. And this is all due to this broad trough with a weak low-level circulation that's coming on shore there just around Aurora province. Is going to march across, come offshore around Pangasinan. And yes, it is a low-pressure area actually being denoted by Pagasa. Take a look at... well, this is our current satellite picture. The image above me here does show the latest from Pagasa here at a high chance of tropical development. There you go. Still low pressure area 08E, not quite named yet. I think that is definitely up to a subjective interpretation because I do believe there's a low level center here. And at the very least, it's a lot of rainfall. Now, that doesn't automatically equal a tropical depression, but you do get those warnings that do come out and people kind of pay more attention if it does have a name on it, because with this one, I think our big battle, and if you're watching this, you're already kind of ahead of the curve, make sure you let everybody know around you that you got the heavy rainfall coming through, and it is going to cause that risk of some flooding in a few areas, and we're already seeing that into parts of eastern Luzon as this continues to march across. We also been talking about heavy rainfall up and down the west coast of Visayas because of the inflow wrapping it around behind it. And if we pull back the picture, kind of get a broad view of this tropical area. Once again, not a typhoon by any means, not a bagyo, as you like to call it here in the Philippines, but it still has that moisture content with it. Now, as this moves off towards the west, you see here Saturday heading into Sunday, expected to move out there towards Hainan into Vietnam. Could be looking at some heavy rainfall there too, and likely a much stronger tropical system as well. In fact, let's go back to our fantastic graphics from Metro Weather's Weatherscape here. Give you a good idea as this moves off towards the west of where it's going. So first off, yeah, there you go. This coming on shore there, Isabela Aurora province. Low level center passes right over to Cagayan Valley, and then exits just north of Pangasinan, right around La Union. But the big thing is that wraparound that's going to be impacting those areas like Subic over towards Mindoro. Even Manila is going to be getting in on this rainfall as that moisture continues to wrap around and our storm system moves off there towards the west. So it is not going to be a destructive winds by any means for the Philippines, but definitely a heavy rainfall maker. And then you see this actually tightens up, and by that point we actually are I would be flabbergasted if it doesn't get named by this point. As it heads towards Hainan, and then eventually out there towards the Gulf, just off of Vietnam, coming on shore right near Hanoi. And this is looking at the rainfall outlook per the ECMWF. Kind of get a good idea of where that low-level center is passing overhead, but that moisture wraparound building up through the week and into the early part of next week. And even if you look at this graphic, this is from WeatherTechManila.com. Good friend of mine runs this, and he does a fantastic job. This is a high-resolution kind of graphical output. Showing here on Friday, you can see the heaviest of the rainfall east of the Sierra Madre Mountains, but then you have that stretch there just south and east of Pangasinan, extending out towards Aurora province, where the other spots there, 70 to 100 total millimeters of rainfall, and that can even extend out towards parts of Region 1 Friday, over here towards Saturday, just with this rainfall output. And then it slowly starts to taper off for places out towards the east on Saturday. We still have that west coast inflow wrapping around as you go ahead through Saturday and into Sunday for Region 1 down through Pangasinan and into Subic. And you can actually see the low-level center. Here we go, marching off, and then that flow kicking around right like that through this imagery here. So that's just a look at this. It's not going to be probably signal force warnings coming out of this. Those heavy rainfall warnings from Pagasa are the ones you really want to be looking out for. And even mudslides, especially in Baguio. You get those steeper elevations. You've had a lot of rainfall recently. Saturated grounds equals that threat of, well, the ground getting loose and letting go. So some of those mountain highways you want to keep a close eye on if you're traveling over them anytime soon. Consistent 23 degrees, though, at least for your high. By the way, big shout out to our Patreon members. I got Steve Muchnick here. I hope I'm saying your name right, and I spelled it wrong. Oh, sweet goodness. How did I spell Steve wrong? Anyways, he's the newest Patreon member on our Super Typhoon category, so a big shout out there. And everybody else, Steve, I'll fix that. Everybody else on our Patreon who continues to support this channel too, I really do. Shout out to you guys. All right, so here's a look at our flyover here on our Saturday. Scattered showers for parts of Visayas, looking over towards Palawan, but definitely the main story is going to be the west coast of central and northern Luzon. As we scoot off here towards north, you get a good idea of what we're talking about here, just kind of getting a good overview. By about noontime, there's all your heavy rainfall. I think Subic and Pangasinan, maybe even in Baguio, are going to be some of that places you get some of the heaviest of that precipitation. Now, I do want to pull back the picture here, and let's go back to our GFS model. Giving you a look at, you know, this is where I left off on Sunday the 24th. And then you look back towards the east near Guam, and let's look through Monday the 25th, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Look at the new storm, and the GFS really trying to pick up on it south and east of Okinawa as this moves off towards the north and west. Yeah, and then even beyond that, a secondary low. Look at this, the 3rd into the 4th, another storm trying to be developed by the GFS. Now, if we pop over to the GFS ensembles, you can kind of see right there, see all these circles? That's the ensembles with our spaghettios really starting to pick up on that right there. And then we compare that with the ECMWF. It does have, it is trying to toss some tropical systems out there, but there's very little consistency between the two. Meaning that if you see anybody sharing like this model right here, let's say you're in Okinawa and you see this, and it is for the 4th of September, and we're still talking about 2 weeks out. Please don't let this spook you, because you always want to look at the broader view here. And this is also right here is the same model for the 4th. You see how there's plenty of circles, but there's some west, some east of the Philippines, some out towards east of Honshu. This is wide range, and I wouldn't jump on it right now, but I would also remind you that it is what, middle of August 21st. It's tropical season, and having a storm system, a new storm system develop and head anywhere out here is more normal than unnormal. That makes sense? Like, it's more than likely of it would be weirder if we didn't have a storm system as we head through the peak of typhoon season. So, yeah, that's why I'm always here, always keep you guys posted, and always so happy of everybody's support on this channel. If you don't already subscribe, hit that subscribe button. That would really go a long way with helping getting the word out with some of these weather events. Okay? As always, thanks for watching. The number one thing, of course, though, friends, please stay safe out there. I hope you're having a great day.